Namaskar. Welcome to a new morning, a new class, and I hope you will like these videos. And if you like these videos, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. In these videos, we are mainly talking about those questions which have been asked in various exams, and these questions are totally based on the previous year examinations, previous year questions, which have, as I will told you, which have asked in the various state PCS as well as the UPSC. And in these classes, we'll provide you the complete analysis of these questions, then and after that you can understand that why these questions are so important. So if you like these videos, then please, because these are live classes, then please share these videos to your friends, colleagues, family members, and whatsoever. So I think we should start now. This is our class number 5, and for complete revision you can also check it out, our playlist, which is and the name of the playlist is environment section, in which you will find everything. This is the compilation of Ghatna Chakra, and after that we will also provide some compilation of other books like Sankar IAS, or you can say Tata McGrail's books. Everything will be there. So for a complete study, because you have enough time, so you can rely on us. So our first question is who has propounded the concept of limits to growth? Who has propounded the concept of limits to growth? Everyone who's live over there, try to attend these questions. Again, I'm saying try to attend these questions, because these questions play a very important role in your studies too. So please, everyone, try to attend these questions. Yeah, 9 people are live there. Yeah, then please try to attend these questions. As I'm saying again, yeah, regularly. You can also find some test, or you can say some mock test of these videos, mock test of UPPSC on our channel daily at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. you can find a mock test for the UPPSC RO ARO as well as for UPPCS at 6 o'clock, at 6 p.m. Yeah, at 6 p.m. you can join us. So now I think we should start now. So who has propounded the concept of limits to growth? Option A, Club of Rome. Option B, UNESCO. Option C, Buckland Commission. And option D, Agenda 24. And that question was asked in the UPPSC 2019. Try to attend that question, everyone. Yeah, please share. Only 9 people are there. Sorry, 6 people are there. Yeah, everyone, please try to attend these questions. It's mandatory. As I'm saying, it's mandatory, then it's mandatory. Well, so Club of Rome, UNESCO, Buckland Commission, and Agenda 24. So the correct answer is Club of Rome. In Club of Rome, the concept of limits to growth, was firstly introduced. In that concept, and limits to growth tells us about that. And after the Buckland Summit, there was a term sustainable development was come in the market, or you can say come in the media, or you can say come in everywhere. So I think that's clear to you. It's a simple question that limits to growth was propounded in the Club of Rome. Now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion and other the reason. Means in these sections we have to understand all the questions which have been asked. So two things are there. One is statement, and next is the reason. So firstly we'll talk about the statement, and after that we'll talk about the reason. So statement is there. There is a positive relationship between Human Development Index (SDI) and Sustainable Development Goal (SDG) ranking of Indian state. Well, it's true. It's totally true. So I think we should start. So there is a positive statement is there, that there is a positive relationship between Human Development Index (SDI) and Sustainable Development Goals ranking in India. Okay, a reason, the underlying dimensions of Sustainable Development Goal targets are closely related to the education and health aspect. Yeah, it's okay. So both are right. Means there is a positive impact. There is a positive relationship between the Human Development Index (SDI) and Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) ranking of Indian states. Yeah, when we talk about the Indian states, means ranking of Indian states. So these are also correlating each other, because when there will be huge, then when there will be good human development index, so it doesn't mean that they will achieve the sustainable development goals. So but means these are not totally interlinked. It doesn't mean that a country, or you can say a state, have a high human development goal. It doesn't mean that they have means they will achieve all the sustainable development goals. It's not true. It can be, it could be, but it could not be. So that cannot be true. Reason is there. The underlying dimension of SDG targets are closely related to the education and health aspect. Yeah, it's true. So on the basis of these things, we can say that the both are true. So option A is correct, means both are correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Many transplanted seedlings do not grow because many transplanted seedlings do not grow because options are A, the new soil does not contain favorable minerals. The new soil does not contain favorable minerals. Option B, most of the roots here grip the new soil too hard. C, most of the roots here are lost during the transplantation. And D, leaves get damaged during the transplantation. Yeah, that was asked in the IS pre 2013. Try to attend these questions, everyone. Yeah, 9 people are there who are live. Yeah, try to attend Asu Singh. Superb class, Saji. Thank you, Ashu. I don't know that she's a girl or boy, but she always try to attend my class. So thank you, Ashu. So yeah, everyone, try to attend these classes and try to answer these questions. This is mandatory, yeah, for everyone. Well, so many transplanted seedlings do not grow because when we talk about the transplanted plants, so suppose it's a plant, it's not a tree, it's a plant. So when we transplant any plants, when we transplant any plants, in that condition, these have roots as well as roots over there. These have roots as well as roots here over there. So when we transplant, so when we transplant a plant, then these roots here can be damaged. These roots here can be damaged. So when these roots here will be damaged, when these root hairs will be damaged, so it can damage the plants too. It can damage the plants too, or you can say it can also retard the growth of plant. It can also retard the growth of plant. So again, come on to topic. Now suppose you don't know anything about these questions. You don't know about these questions and you have to attend that question. In that condition, you can eliminate some options. And if you can eliminate 2 or 3 options, when you can eliminate 3 options, so that will be okay. But if you can eliminate 2 options, then you will be so near to answer. Well, so option A is the new soil do not contain favorable minerals. Is it possible that you are going to transplant any plant? You are going to transplant any plant from one area to another area, and the soil will not be fertile or in a good condition. Is it? It could be right, but it's impossible, because when you are intensely going to transplant any plant over there, so I think you will, or any person will try to maintain all the favorable condition of that plant. So it's impossible that that soil does not contain the favorable minerals. So that's wrong. Next is the most of the root hairs grip the new soil too hard. Most of the root hairs grip the new soil to the heart. It's also impossible, because this is asking about the new growth. Most of the root hairs grip the new soil to the heart, because most of the soil, as I'm saying, most of those root hairs grip the soil, new soil to heart. Is it possible? Because when you will if the if our root hairs will grip a soil, if root hair will grip a soil, so in that condition it will gain all the nutrient from the plant, nutrient, or you can say water over there, so it will grow more fast. So it's impossible that if a plant if a plant's root grip the whole soil and it will not grow, so it's impossible. So this is also wrong. Now leaves get damaged during the transplantation, it's also impossible because plants can also survive without leaves. Plants can also survive without leaves because after some time, if you will find everything, means nutrition over there, nutrition, water, everything over there, so it will grow and it will also germinate its you can say it will also grow its leaves too. So it's impossible. So only the correct answer is most of the roots here are lost because when you transplant any plant, when you transplant any plant in that condition, most of the root hairs will be broken down. So that is the correct answer. So option C is the correct answer. Now we will move to the next question. Our next question is environmental degradation means. Environmental degradation means option A, overall degradation of environmental attributes. Option B, adverse changing brought in the human activities. And option C, ecological imbalance because of ecological diversity. Ecological imbalance because of ecological diversity. And option D, all the above. And option D is all the above. So now we will try to eliminate answer. Now we will try to eliminate answer. First is this, what is environmental degradation? What is environmental degradation? So environmental degradation means when the activities, means when the activities, or you can say all the essential tools of any environment will be damaged, so that is known as environmental degradation. That is known as environmental degradation. So option A, overall overall degradation of environmental attributes. Overall degradation of environmental attributes, that's true. Overall degradation of environmental attributes is true. Why it's true? Because in environmental condition, in environmental degradation, overall degradation means all the attributes, all the essential things of the environment will be destroyed one by one, so it's true. Option B, adverse changes brought in human activities. Yeah, it also affect the human because when there will be when there will be adverse effect, when there will be adverse effect, or you can say unessential effect, unessential effect on any environment, so that can also leads to the damage in the environment, or you can say degradation of the environmental changes. So it is also a correct answer. Option C is ecological imbalance because of ecological diversity. Ecological imbalance because of ecological diversity. Ecological imbalance because of ecological diversity. So in that condition, ecological imbalance means there will be ecological imbalance because of ecological diversity. Means in that condition, means the question is environmental degradation means ecological imbalance because of ecological biodiversity. Can you think that there will be ecological imbalance because of ecological diversity? It's impossible because when there will be huge diversity, when there will be huge diversity, so it can provide a proper growth. It can provide a proper growth for a ecological things. So that could also be the correct answer because we have to talk about the environmental degradation means ecological imbalance because of ecological diversity. Yeah, it can also be right. And option D, all of the above. So our correct answer will be option D because all of the above are correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, which of the following is related to the protection of ecological balance? Which of the following is related to the protection of ecological balance? Option A, forest policy. Option B, environmental protection act. Option C, environmental policy, industrial policy. And option 4, education policy. Select the correct answer using the quotes given below. Please, everyone, try to attend these questions. Everyone, try to attend these questions. Yeah. Which of the following related to the production of ecological imbalance? Means we have to talk about the ecological imbalance. Means Which of the following is related to the production of ecological imbalance? Means we have to talk about the ecological imbalance. So, A, forest policy. Yeah, forest policy will also affect the ecological balance, because when there will be good forest policy, so mainly forest policy will make to save the forest, or you can say to conserve the forest. So there, if there is a good condition, good methods, or you can say good infrastructure in making the forest policy, so in that condition everything will be okay. Means the forest policy will also affect the ecological production. Means you can say forest policy has a direct effect on the production of ecological imbalance, because when there will be a good forest policy, so it can also save the proper ecological balance, or you can say proper ecology. So that's true. Option B, Environmental Protection Act. So mainly in India, the Environmental Protection Act was established in 1896. So Environmental Protection Act also protection of ecology. You can say how, because when we talk about the ecological imbalance, when we talk about the ecological, you can say protection act, or you can say Environmental Protection Act, in that conditions, because in Environmental Protection Acts we make various acts, various rules to protect the environment, as well as to protect the living organism of which are living in that area, or you can say that environment. So it has also a great effect, a very useful effect, or you can say a great effect in the production of ecological imbalance, or you can say production of ecological balance, because when there will be a proper balance in any ecology, so that will provide a proper sustainable, that will provide a proper sustainable habitat or area where we can grow more. Next is the industrial policy. Yeah, industrial policy also play a key role, because to because in industrial policy we talk about everything that pollution means, all the pollutions means water pollution, soil pollution, and noise pollutions. Means we talk about every pollutions, and we took everything which is everything for the conservation, or you can say for the conservation of all the wildlife organism, as well as all the trees, forest, or you can say the whole environment. So that's also have the direct effect. Education policy. Yeah, education policy will also play a very important role. Why? Because in education policy, if we talk about the, or you can say if we teach our students, or our people about the environmental pollution, about the environment, and how we can conserve the environment, about the disaster management, about everything, about the mainly you can say about the environment. So there will be drastic change in any country, because when the whole population will talk about, or you can say we think about the environmental things, about the environmental pollution, about the environment, so they will work for the environment. So education policy will also play a very important role for the ecological imbalance. So that's also true. So all are true, so we can say option D is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Environmental Protection Act, EPA, is also known as Environmental Protection Act. EPA is also known as A, umbrella legislation, B, Chadi Mubarak, I don't know about Chadi Mubarak, C, environmental legislation, and C, eco safety law. Eco safety law. Where is what asked? Whoa. Well, that question was asked in MPPCS 2013. So now you can say why the language is different. So Environmental Protection Act, EPA, is also known as A, umbrella legislation, B, Chadi Mubarak, C, environmental legislation, and D, eco safety law. So mainly the Environmental Protection Act, mainly the Environmental Protection Act is also known as environmental legislation, or you can say umbrella legislation, because in umbrella legislation we mainly talk about, in umbrella legislation we mainly talk about the that how we can, that we can save the how we can save the global, how we can save the our environment from global warming. So that is the umbrella effect. Now answer this question very fast, everyone. Yeah, because the weather of Lucknow is very harsh that day, today. So it's my humble request to you, everyone, try to attend these questions. 9 people are live there. 9 people are live there. Please try to attend these questions. Yeah, it's mandatory. Everyone, it's mandatory for everyone that try to attend these questions. Huh. You can join us for various mock tests, various books for our channel, and there's a playlist of various subjects where you can find everything. Means polity, history, science, geography, UP special, everything will be there. Then try to attend these questions. Everyone, do fast. 9 people are live there. Try to attend these questions. Try to attend these questions. Yeah, it's okay. Try to attend these questions because these questions are very important. Hmm. Try to attend this question as I'm saying. 9. Try to, because if you will not answer it, then I will make it a homework for you. Everyone, I will make it as homework. Anyone answer me? Well, it's simple. As I'm talking about the umbrella legislation, because in environmental protection act, it's work like uh, umbrella legislation, because all the because all the legislations are come in that category. So we can say it's an umbrella legislation. Now we'll move to the next question. So option A is correct. The Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. The Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee is constituted under the which: A, Food Safety and Standard Act 2006, B, Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Production Act 1999, C, Environmental Protection Act 1996, and D, Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. Yeah, try to attend that question. The Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee is considered under the which act? So I think that's good. That question will be very new for you. So the correct answer is Environmental Protection Act 1986. The Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee constituted under the Environmental Protection Act 1986. Now we'll move to the next question. With reference to the circumstances in the Indian agriculture. With reference to the circumstances in Indian agriculture, the concept of conservation agriculture. The concept of conservation agriculture assume significance होगा ये assume significance. Which of the following fall under the conservation agriculture? Means we have to talk about the which of the following comes under the conservation agriculture. Yeah, this type of question are mainly asked in the UPSC, because these have a depth knowledge. These question requires a depth knowledge to attend these questions. That is why these are very important, very important. So A, avoiding monoculture practices. I don't know about it. Second, adopting minimum tillage. C, avoiding the cultivation of plantation crops. Okay. And D, using crop residues to cover the soil surface. And D, adopting sapal and temporal crop sequencing crop rotation. So I don't know about the correct answer. Now we will eliminate some options. We will eliminate some option, and when we will eliminate some options, so we can reach the nearby answer. So first thing is there, the conservation agriculture. Conservation agriculture mainly tells about the how we can conserve the agriculture. Means first thing is there that we have to utilize our maximum effort. We have to utilize our maximum effort. Means in that condition, all the land should be utilized properly. All the weedicide, pesticides, irrigation, all the techniques should be full used in a proper way. So that is a conservation agriculture practices. Means we have to gain more productivity by providing less effort. So that type of agriculture is known as conservation agriculture. So avoiding monoculture practices. So if we avoid the monoculture practices, first thing is that what is monoculture practices? Monoculture practices means if we practice only same type of crops on a land. So this type of practice is known as monoculture. Suppose I have a land and I apply, means I sow only rice rice in all the three seasons, means rabi jayat crops. If i will sow uh, same type of crops in the whole time, or in the, you can say, in the whole agriculture year, so that is known as the monoculture, means same type of agriculture at a proper pace. So it will not help in the mono, and it will not help in the conservation agriculture. So that is not true. So option is not true. So this option we can eliminate, and this option we can eliminate. Now we'll move to the next. Adopting minimum tillage. Yeah, adopting minimum tillage is true, because when there will be minimum tillage, so there will be loss of nutrients, there will be less loss of nutrients, means all the nutrients will be in the soil. First thing. Second thing, it can also decrease the vaporization of water, or you can say the release of water from the soil. So it can also help you. So means if there will be minimum tillage, or you can say zero tillage, so that will also affect the conservation agriculture, because when there will be less tillage, so that will directly help the conservation agriculture. So that option is true. So two is true. Yeah, in both option two is there. Well, so option three, avoiding the cultivation of plantation crops. That's not true, because plantation crops also good for the plantation crops is also good for environment, because when we talk about the paddy plants, so plantation is there. So I think that should be not true. Just a wait. Using crop residues to cover the soil surface. Yeah, it's true, because in conservation crops, if you will cover the soil by crop residue, so these crop residue will work like, after when there will be rain or water, they will form some water or rain or anything over there. So they will be these crop residue will degrade. So when these will degrade, or you can say decompose, so it will be converted into manure. Or which type of manure? Organic manure. And organic manure will also a part of conservation agriculture. So that's true. So option 4 is true. 5, adopting sapal and temporal crop sequencing crop rotation. Yeah, it's true. Means 245, 245, 245. Yeah, so option C is correct. So that is UPSC. Means that will search your every knowledge, in every question. That's why their cutoff is nearby 50, not more than 51 or 52. That's why it's true. Well, so now we will move to the next question. Our next question is, consider the following statements and select the correct answer from the quotes given below. Means consider the following statements and select the correct answer from the quotes given below. Means we have to consider the following, and after that we have to answer. A, India is the case of an over urbanized country. Yeah, it's true, because we are not over urbanized, we are urbanized. Reason, most of the large cities in India do not have adequate infrastructure. That's true. India is a case of an over urbanized country. Yeah, it's over. So both are true, and most of the cities is in India do not have adequate adoption. Means both are true, and it is the correct explanation. So option is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, the investigation of the investigator of natural farming was. The investigator of natural farming was. It's a simple question. Everyone try to answer that question. Everyone, please try to answer that question. Yeah, the investigator of, or you can say, who has invention the natural forming. A clue is there that that's Japanese. That's Japanese. So I think now you can answer that question. That's Japanese. Well, I'm still waiting for your answers. So A. Mansubabu Fukuoka, Masnobu Fukuoka, B. MS Randhawa, C. MS Swaminathan, and D. Normal Borlaug. So natural forming means which is who is the investigator of natural forming. So Normal Borlaug. Normal Borlaug is known as the father of Green Revolution. Father of Green Revolution. Revelo TIA. He is also known as the father of Green Revolution because in Mexico, or you can say in USA, he have worked more. He have worked more to gain some new genes of wheat, and after that, he has he had provide that knowledge to everyone, and due to which there is a food till today. There is a food on everyone's head. That's due to the normal Borlaug Saab. That is why he that is why a Nobel Prize of Peace have been given to the normal Borlaug. So, and when we talk about the Indian context, so MS Swaminathan, who is there? MS Swaminathan is known as the MS Swaminathan is known as the father of Indian. Yeah, he is known as the father of Indian Green Revolution. He is known as the father of Indian Green Revolution. MS Randhawa. MS Randhawa is a writer, is a scientist, or you can say writer, who has written the history of Indian agriculture. History of Indian agriculture. So now you can understand all the thing. But Fukuoka is known as the he is a Japanese, and he is known as the investigator as natural forming. So now we'll move to the next question. That which of the following can be threats to the biodiversity of a region? Which of the following can be can be threats to the biodiversity of a region? Means which of the following can be a threats to the biodiversity? Threats to the biodiversity. Well, options are A. Global warming, and 2. Fragmentation of habitats, C. Invasion of alien species, and D. Promotion of vegetarianism. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. A. 2 and 3 only, B. 2, 3 and 4 only, C. 1 and 2, and D 1 and 3. I don't know about it, why it's outside. 1 and 4. Well, which of the following can be threats to the biodiversity? So, and when we talk about the biodiversity, so biodiversity means if there is various species or variation of species at a certain place, or you can say at a particular place, so that is known as biodiversity, which is that is known as biodiversity. So the correct answer will be A. Global warming. Yeah, global warming is also a big threat. Global warming is also a big threat for the biodiversity because due to global warming, there will be temperature change. There will be temperature change. There will be temperature change in every environment. Due to global warming, there will be temperature change in the environment. Due to this, so there if there will be temperature change, so the optimum temperature for growth and development of every organism will be changed. So when the growth and development of every organism will be changed, so that will also harm the biodiversity because organism of that, because due to the global warming, organism of that locality, or you can say that specific region, will not get the exact temperature for the growth of development of their body. So that will also affect. So that is true that global warming is also affect the biodiversity. If there will be global warming, so that will decrease the biodiversity. That will decrease the biodiversity. But that is one point. Second point is there, when there will be global warming, so due to this increase in temperature, all the glaciers will be depleted. All the glaciers will be depleted. So there will be huge flood. There will be huge flood in the rivers. And if there will be huge flood in the rivers, so there will be floods. There will be floods in various areas, and that will also affect the vegetation, or you can say all the conservation sites. So that will also affect the biodiversity. Next thing is there, after all, these glaciers water will go in the oceans. So when these will go in the oceans, so the sea level, or you can say the level of water in the ocean, will also increase. So due to which various cities and some countries will also be depleted, will also be destroyed due to the increment of water level, or you can say when due to the increase in the water level. So that is also harmful. So now you can understand that why global warming is a threat to the biodiversity. So option A is correct according to me. Next, fragmentation of habitats. Fragmentation of habitats, yeah. When there will be fragmentation of habitats means the area where the living organism can survive easily, or you can say fragment habitats are the natural area, or you can say the natural place of any species where which can grow in a proper way. So when there will be degradation or fragmentation of any habitat, so that will also affect the growth and development of various species. So that's also true. And that when there will be degrowth, or you can say when there will be no growth in any specific area, in any species, so that will also leads to the degradation in biodiversity. So that's also true. Third is invasion of alien species. Yeah, invasion of alien species is also a big thing, because when there will be invasion of some new species, so when some new species enter in a specific area, so it will also affect the other species, other natural you can say natural species of that area. Why? Because when suppose about your house, there are 6 people at your house, and if some people will hijack your house, will hijack your house for some time, so that will take the all the food of your food, cloth, everything from your house. So same happened to the that habitat, because when there will be invasion of some new species in an specific area or in any habitat, so that will also affect the biodiversity. So option C is correct. Promotion of vegetarianism, that's not true, because promotion of vegetarianism means, it doesn't mean that all the vegetation will be lost. So that's not true. So option 1 2 3 is correct. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yeah, I think the 3 is there. So 1 2 3 is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, which country introduced the Green Army for the environmental conservation? Which country? That's the current question, but that's related to the environment. That's why we have kept. Which country introduced the Green Army for environmental conservation? Option A, Japan. B, China. C, Australia. And D, Egypt. Answer that question very fast. Yeah, answer that question. Which country have started Green Army? Green Army means that army is not about the green dress. In that army, mainly the volunteers of 70 to 24 years. The volunteers of 70 to 17 to 24 hours. Sorry, the volunteers of 70 to 24 years are kept, and those members are known as Green Army. Now answer that question. So there are some countries which are very eager for their environment, like Norway, Sweden, Australia, New Zealand. They are very, you can say, very conscious about their environment. They are not like our country. So in these countries, Australia is the country which have prepared a separate army. That's not about the army with weapon. That army is with some knowledge about the environment, about peace. So that, and the answer is correct. The correct answer is Australia, because Australia have made that army, and that and the volunteers, or you can say the soldiers of that army, because these are not soldiers, these are volunteers. The volunteers of these army will provide knowledge of for the Environmental Protection Act, or you can say for for how we can conserve the environment. So that's why these are very important. So well, now we'll move to the next question. During the mid 80s, during the mid 80s, mid 80s decade, the 20th century, the negative aspect of development were discussed at large. Which one among the following was not such important? Answer that question, everyone. Yeah, yes, important. Answer that question. 9 to 10 people are there. It's my humble request to you. Try to answer. Well, so during the mid 80s means we have to talk about the mid 80s decade. Mid 80s decade, the 20th century, the negative aspects of development were discussed. Negative aspects of development were discussed at large. Which one among the following was not such important? Means which one of the following was not important? Okay, so A, degradation of natural resources, B, environment pollution, C, politics and development, and D, displacement and rehabilitation of masses. So the correct answer will be politics and development, because politics and development are not a very are not very important. Yeah, and because degradation of natural resources, yeah, it's in 80s or in 90s, or you can say every time these were important. Degradation of these natural resources were important. Okay, so environmental pollution were because in 1980s, in 1986, environmental protection have been asked have been made. In 1972, we have talked about the various animals, or you can say wildlife conservation act. Various act have been passed, so you cannot say that these are not true about mid 1890s. So these are to the displacement and rehabilitation of masses. So when there will be displacement and rehabilitation of masses, because for the growth and development, for the growth and development, replacement of displacement of masses have been also occurred. So due to this replacement, the various things have been also be affected. The various things have been also be affected. So now we can understand that only politics and development are not the correct answer. So now we'll move to the next question. So that's ecology. The term ecosystem was proposed by option A, G Taylor, option B, E Hartigan, C Dr Stoddard, and D Tansley. So it's a simple question, because you know that the term ecosystem was proposed by AG Tansley. AG Tansley, and that AG Tansley is the correct answer. Now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, which of the following is not true about the ecosystem? Which of the following is not true about the ecosystem? A, it represents all living organism and the physical environment in any specific and at any given space time unit. B, it's a functional unit. C, it has own productivity. And D, it is a closed system. Yeah, everyone answer that question. Yeah, try to answer that question. That's mandatory. Okay, I will be side. Yeah, now I'm okay. So try to answer these questions. 9 people are live there. Yeah, 9 people are live there. Then please try to attend these questions. Well, it doesn't mean which of the following is not true about the ecosystem. Means we have to talk about the false sentences. Means what are the false sentences for an ecosystem? A, it represents all the living organism and the physical environment in any given space time unit. Yeah, it's true, because when we talk about the ecosystem, it conserves all the biotic and abiotic components. So in biotic and abiotic components, all the physical environment as well as physical environment and living environments both are kept. B, it is a functional unit. Yeah, every ecosystem is a functional unit, because in an ecosystem there is a biotic component or abiotic component, both are work at a proper way. So that's true. Now the third option is, it has own productivity. Yeah, it's also true, because every ecosystem has its own productivity, and due to its own productivity it provides energy, and also try to provide also try to provide some other products to other ecosystems. So that's true. Now, it's a closed system. That's not true, because every ecosystem is an open system. It's an open system. Now you will say, so how you can say it's open system? It's open system because the open system is there, that the means the system, when an ecosystem can interchange masses, energy, or anything from internal environment to the external environments. So that is known as the open system. So every ecosystem is an open system, means because then there will be interchange of energy. So it's an open system. So option D is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Which of the following is not correct about the ecosystem? Okay, same question is there, but language is there. Which of the following is not correct about the ecosystem? A, it comprises both abiotic and biotic component. Yeah, it's true, because as I told you in the previous question, that in ecosystem all the biotic and abiotic components are there. So that's true. Option B, it has its productivity. Yeah, every ecosystem has its own productivity. Every ecosystem has its own productivity. That's true. It is a cool system. That's not true, because every ecosystem has its own productivity. It's a function in it, and it is also a open system, not a closed system. That's not true. So option C is correct. Option D, it is a natural resource system. Yeah, it's okay. Now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, which of the following is an artificial ecosystem? Means we have to tell about the artificial ecosystem. Which of the following is an artificial ecosystem? A, rice field, B, forest, C, grassland, and D, lakes. Everyone answer that question. Try to answer that question. 14 people are live there. Well, so A, rice field, B, forest, C, grassland, and D, lakes. So when we talk about the ecosystem, so that will be of mainly of two types, that is natural and artificial. Natural and artificial. In natural ecosystem, everything will be there, but in artificial ecosystem, mainly fields. Fields means paddy fields, or you can say crop fields, then aquarium, then garden, then zoo. These are the artificial ecosystems. So now you can understand that rice field, or you can say paddy field. Paddy field is a artificial ecosystem. It is a artificial ecosystem. So I think it's clear to you. Now we'll move to the next question. The most significant aspect of biodiversity is, the most significant aspect of biodiversity means we have to talk about the most significant aspects of biodiversity. A, food, B, drug, C, industrial use, and D, maintenance of ecosystem. Means in that options, in that question, every option has its own importance. Every option is correct, and we have to choose which option is most correct, or you can say most near to correct. Food, then drug, then industrial use, then maintenance of ecosystem. Yeah, everyone, try to attend that question. Yeah, it's important. Then try to attend that question, because yeah, for every biodiversity, food is necessary, because when there will be no food, so no organism can survive. So that's true. Drug is also important, industrial use, but the most important is option D, maintenance of ecosystem, because when any ecosystem will be maintained, means when we talk about the maintenance, so so there will be everything in that ecosystem, means food, shelter, drug, everything will be there. So that is the maintenance of ecosystem. So I think option D is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, which one of the following is the most important factor responsible for the decline of biodiversity? Which of the following is the most important factor for the decline of biodiversity? A. Genetic assimilation. B. Controlling assimilation. C. Destruction of habitats. And D. Controlling pests. Everything in this that question will also impact the biodiversity, but the destruction of habitat is the most important for the destruction of biodiversity. Why it is important? Because habitat means the natural area, or you can say the natural place where organisms are found naturally, are known as habitat. So when there will be destruction in habitats, so that will also affect the biodiversity. So now I think that question is clear to you. Well, so option C is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Which one of the following ecosystem covers the largest area of the earth's surface? Means we have to talk about the largest area of earth's surface. A. Desert ecosystem. B. Grassland ecosystem. C. Mountain ecosystem. And D. Marine ecosystem. Everything is there. Which of the following is the largest ecosystem? This question is very simple. Please, I will not answer that question. I will not that question answer that question. This question is homework. This question is homework for you. Whenever you will be watching, means in 1 week, in 2 week, in 3 week, in 6 week, in month, in year, or after 10 year, you have to answer this question. It's in comment box. My comment box will always wait for your comments. Then please try to give positive comments. Yeah, everyone. So it's your homework. Now I can help you something, that the clue is there. The clue is there that our earth has about 1/2 of water, means about 71% of earth surface is covered with water. 71% of our surface is covered with water. So that is clue for you. Now I will not answer you. Please try to answer that question in comment. Well, now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, which of the following does not help to maintain ecological balance? Means which of the following will not help to maintain ecological balance? A. Cutting forest. B. Afforestation. C. Rainwater management. And D. Biosphere reserve. Everything will conserve the means afforestation means cultivation of forest, rainwater management, because when there will be proper management for rainwater, so that will also provides water to every organism of an habitat. So that's also true. Biosphere reserves, because in a biosphere reserves every organism will be reserved, or you can say conserved. So all these are correct, but the cutting forest is not true, because when you cut the forest, so all the living organism of that area will be affected. So option A is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. The correct order in the food chain of the various component of a terrestrial grassland ecosystem is, means what is the correct sequence of food chain? You have to talk about the food chain. Which type of food chain is correct? Yeah, everyone, try to answer that question. That which is true or which is not true? Yeah, it's mandatory. Yeah, I will not help you to solve every question. I will not help you to solve every question. Well, so when we talk about an grassland ecosystem, terrestrial grass ecosystem, or you can say grassland ecosystem, so some things are there that in that condition, grass, grasshopper, frog, snake. So I think that is true, because when there will be huge grass, when there will be huge grass, yeah, when there will be huge grass, so these grass will be eaten by grasshopper, and these grasshopper will be eaten by frog, and then snake. That is true. So in option B, grass is eaten by grasshopper, grasshopper is eaten by snake. No, it's grasshopper will eat frog. So that is not true. Option C, grasshopper then frog. No. First thing should be grass, means grass is eaten by grasshopper, then grasshopper is eaten by frog, then snake. So that's not also not true. Option D, grasshopper, snake, frog. No, that's not true, because firstly grass, then grasshopper, then frog, then snake. So that will be the true answer. So option A is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. The number of organisms that can be supported by the environment in a given area is known as: A. Population. B. Carrying capacity. C. Pyramid of number of biomes, and D. None of the above. Answer that question. The number of organisms that can be supported by the environment in a given area is known as, yeah. So when someone told you that what is the, yeah, when someone told you what is the given area, what is the total capacity, what is the total capacity of organisms in a given area. So in that condition, you have to talk about capacity, means carrying capacity. So option C is correct. Sorry, option B is correct, because the number of organism that can be supported by environment in given area is carrying capacity. Because when you have a good carrying capacity, because every area has a carrying capacity, every area has a carrying capacity, and due to this carrying capacity, all the organism of that area will gain all the essential nutrients, all the essential nutrients, all the essential factors for the growth and development. So option B is correct. Now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, which one of the following organism is likely to show the highest concentration of DDT once it has been introduced to the ecosystem? A. Grasshopper, B. Toad, C. Snake, and D. Cattle. So the correct answer will be snake. Why snake? Because suppose I have a plant, it's a grass plant, and I have applied DDT over there. DDT means dichloro trichloroethane. Di Dichloro difluoro trichloroethane. It's a insecticides. It's an insecticide. So when when this will be eaten by a frog, when this will be eaten, sorry, it will be eaten by grasshopper. It will be eaten by grasshopper. It will be eaten by grasshopper. So suppose I have provided 1 gram of DT to that plant. So all the DT will be transferred to that grasshopper, and then grasshopper to the toad, and then toad to the yeah, grasshopper or toad to the snake. Means snake will be the last in that food chain, which have the highest form of DT, which is known as the biomagnification. When someone asks you what is biomagnification, you can say, sir, biomagnification is a process, or you can say it's a phenomenon in which the concentration of chemical substances, uh, when there is an increment, or you can say increase the amount of non-biodegradable substances in a body, is known as biomagnification. So, as I told you, DT is a non-biodegradable substances, and its concentration is increasing in a food chain at higher level. So, it is known as the uh, biomagnification. So, in that answer, the snake have the highest, because this is the carnivorous. So, it has the highest form of DDT. Well, now we'll move to the next question. Our next question is, so that is the end of slide, and I hope, so friends, I hope you will like these videos, and if you like these videos, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, because it's mandatory. When you will provide like, share to our channel, so it will boost our power, or you can say our mood to work more. So please try to spread these, or you can say try to make viral these videos, because we are making these videos for your happiness, for your knowledge, and for everything. So please try to spread these videos, and I will be very obliged by all of you. So that's enough for today. Have a nice day, and we'll meet again on the next day. So have a nice day.